Good morning. How's everyone
What up?
doing?
What up? What up? What up?
Oh, there he is. What up, Lance? How's
I
everyone
need the
doing? Getting
video. I need the video,
getting back into
please.
the swing of things. Let's go.
It feels like the market. By the way, you like my title right there? Um, I had to show it off to Tyler.
I miss it.
Um, I feel like I haven't traded in so long. Because, Friday there's no action. Last week there was no action. Like it feels like Jeff, I took 39 G's out my account uh
Hmm.
the other week. So now I only got I don't know, maybe what do I have? Like 12 grand. And I I don't really have much desire to sling anymore. At least some size. Like I got like 5 lots on. Barely
You know what,
anything.
dude? It's a tough tape. Last week was like the BS. So it's been bad volume, right? And it's been like one step forward, two steps backwards. No real trend. Lots of chop. Lots of news bombs and like divergent news bombs. One thing will be good. One thing will be bad. Like remember the Chinese stocks ran up because China was going to suddenly become the world's first-rate democracy and everything was going to be amazing. And now these guys are getting welded shut in their houses again and burning to death. So I hate to say it like that, but it's reality. I mean, God forbid that happens to anyone out there. But, you know,
Well, they tried doing the mask in Cali again. Remember that? And they shut it down and I think
so
LA actually maybe. I know the school board shut it down over the weekend. Those poor kids and I don't know if it was San Diego or some county, they voted against it, but
well, yeah, now we're past the election, so they want to start with their bullshit again, right? They want to start with you have to sit
the
in your house, you
control.
control. You nailed it. You nailed it. We're getting back into the rhythm. It's coming back. I was in North
I will
Carolina.
say, I mean,
I was in
it's
NC. Beautiful state up there. I mean, the weather's awesome this time of year. We were hiking and getting like the great outdoors experience, a little
oh
different than in
yeah,
Miami.
how was North Carolina? You see any snow? Because it's hot as hell here still.
It's still hot there too, but by hot, it's like low 60 degrees.
Oh,
And
that's
I mean, high
nice.
60, high is 60 degrees and the lows like 40. So at night it gets a little chilly, but in the daytime, it's like perfect to walk around, cool weather. Um, but yeah, the market has given us no reason to be enthusiastic, but I think we might have a real volume day today because there's been quite a bit of news. There's going to be some junkies. I mean, you're impressing me, my friend, with your willpower. There's some junkies out there that have been like hanging around with their family, talking politics, eating too much turkey, drinking a little bit of scotch, and now they're ready to get back to
Me.
the business and make some money. So I think there's going to be some things swimming around today and this week. Actually, I do.
What do you think? So I was one of the junkies eating turkey, eating 5, 6 slices of pie. I was drinking birthday bourbon last night, $75 a shot, and smoking an Atabay cigar. So I'm right there being the junkie. Thankfully, I took a lot of money out my account, so I can't buy 100 lots. Um, what do you think then you're gonna see rotation into year end? Like what stocks?
I think it's going to be. We're going to let me share my screen and I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
talk
Let
about this a
I,
little
I
bit.
was just about to share mine, so grab
Oh,
yours.
you want to go first?
No,
I'll
no,
look
no.
at some macro
You
stuff and then
go.
we'll look at stocks closer to the open in your screen. How's
Yeah,
that,
I'll
man?
do some degenerate stocks towards the end.
All right.
Some low priced
So this week we've
flyers.
got, I mean, I always start with the calendar, the economic calendar in the morning because that's been changing everything. Sadly, the Fed still has us hostage, just like the Chinese are still using COVID as a hostage tactic. The Fed has us hostage to these economic numbers, and we've got some big ones this week. We've got housing numbers coming out tomorrow at 9 o'clock. We've got we've got PMI, which is the big one this week, and that's at the end of the week. And we have GDP. Now, GDP is a bullshit number that they cook a lot. You know, it's hard to really like question the government's numbers on that. So I'm a little bit of a conspiracy theorist on the GDP. They cook that one a little bit. I mean, but you can't really cook the PMI because you have private sector people taking a survey, and that data has to be shown. So we'll see. So we've got that's going to move the market. If we look at if let's look at some indexes here and see what's been happening, so we can get
Why
some.
don't you pull up some good old fashioned crypto, the Bitcoin?
I'm done with. Let's not, don't mention the
Sean,
war.
Sean messaged me and he goes, Jeff lost 10K in crypto. And I'm like, yeah,
No,
that's what
not
he told. Well,
no. I
maybe.
made a bunch of money in crypto, and I blew out my account when I lost 50% of it. So, and I still made a bunch of money. So I started with like 5 G's. It went up to like 80, and it was all just fun and bullshit. And then it went down to like 38 or something like that, and I kicked it all out at like
Oh, that's still really
beginning of
good.
the second quarter. But I got rope-a-doped into investing in an exchange in a private placement that I won't mention because I don't want to get sued. But these
Oh, well,
guys, these guys, they're twins. I'll leave it at that. They're twins, okay?
do they look alike?
They
And
look exactly alike.
did
They're
they know
identical
Mark
freaking
Zuckerberg,
twins.
but they got a tan instead of wearing sunscreen
So
and
they had
surfing in
around,
Hawaii?
and I had like a bunch of like degenerate Long Island. I call them the Long Island housewives. They're really degenerate guys that are buddies of mine that were like, "Oh, we have to get in with the twins. They're raising money for their exchange, and if the exchange goes as big as Coinbase and they go public." So I gave them 10 G's, but I've written it down to zero in my head because they could have or might not have been
Are these the
caught up in
Paris
the
Hilton
FTX thing.
twins? Are
Say
these the
what?
Paris Hilton twins?
Not Paris Hilton, no.
No,
Not Paris Hilton.
not. Is it the Kardashian twins?
No. But
No,
let's look
it's
at this
some other
chart
famous
here.
twin.
Yeah, it was a bad start. So, I mean, it's still an open-ended thing if they ever turn something out of their exchange. I mean, there's like a few year lockup anyways on it. Have you ever done a
Oh.
private placement in like a venture thing?
Yeah, and I never saw the money again.
Yeah, I mean, I wrote it to
Yeah,
zero.
but I did the same as you. I kind of just wrote it off and to the sunset. It's like you putting money with Sam Bankman Friedman and then he's like, yeah, I bought 50 million in real estate in the Bahamas, and you're like, oh well, give me back my little bit of money, and he's like,
I was
no,
on a call. I was on a call, funny enough, with some like people that were with the FTX thing that were trying to raise money for a fund. It wasn't like the actual exchange.
like the
And they were
little girl
talking.
who's the manager.
No, but they were trying to raise money and they were talking about yield. It was a yield product. And
Oh,
that was a fund that was associated with FTX. And I was like, well, what do you pay your interest with? Like, because they were like, it's like zero risk and it's yielding 9%. And I'm like, yeah,
right,
right. Like, do I look like I just landed from fucking Mars, 9% risk free? So I'm
risk
thinking to
free,
myself,
9%.
yeah. So I'm like, so what's your collateral? How do you guys generate interest? And what's your collateral if you can't pay? And they were like, well, we generate interest from our market making activities of the trade of the exchange. And I was like, oh Lord. I was like, oh Lord, have mercy. So I excused myself from that
Oh, Jeff, but you shouldn't put all your money in that.
from that opportunity.
If it sounds too good to be true, guess what?
Yeah.
It's probably really true.
Yeah. And I was telling the other guys that were on the call that wanted to go on it in a bigger way, that were like in the Bahamas and stuff. I was like, you guys give them any money and you just hate money. Like even like $10, you hate money. So everybody got out of it. But sometimes knowing where like a bomb is as good as like finding a good trade. Avoiding blowing
Yes.
up is sometimes the name of the game. So let's get back to this NASDAQ chart, this daily chart of NASDAQ. It doesn't look so
Okay.
terrible here, but it's still
No,
like in
no,
a
no.
massive, it's still in a massive down channel, right? All
Right.
year long.
But we have been consolidating, to be fair.
We have been consolidating here, is what I'm saying. It doesn't look terrible, though. It doesn't look terrible. But I mean, China shuts down. Semis are going to get smashed again. Don't you think? I mean,
You know what got smashed while you were gone and this morning? Apple. Because all the protests and Apple and China and they're keeping the people stuck in and Foxconn. Look at Apple, how bad it is the past couple
let's
days.
look at the daily. Yeah.
Even this morning, it's down another about $3 or so. So very similar chart to the NASDAQ, right? Apple,
yeah,
kind of the top stock out there, right?
Not as bad as the NASDAQ actually. Like bad. NASDAQ's still closer to lows, but bad.
No,
yeah.
but you're getting a 145 print this morning, though.
True.
So,
True.
it's going to flirt with the breakdown.
Yeah.
And if Apple goes, market, at least the NASDAQ's probably going to go, right?
But like, let's look at this. So these guys need China to stay open to build their widgets and shit.
Yeah, the chips.
They're not down enough. I think there's going to be heavy selling today. I really do. not down
Yeah,
enough.
you know, if you look at Nvidia and AMD, they've actually been holding up very, very well. I mean, to be fair, they're only down about 1% or so this morning, so nothing crazy at all, actually.
And
But look at the run in Nvidia though off the lows. That's a huge move. It's a $40 move.
I know it. But this was a $300 stock last Christmas. Last
I
Christmas.
know.
I
will say a lot of the growth names,
yeah,
even the bigger growth names like your PayPal's, your Squares and stuff that had a nice rally, they pretty much gave that all back.
I know it. That's they always lead us down, and then the other stuff catches up, and they keep getting sold off in this. They're leading in both directions, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you know, if you look at like ARK, how horrible Tesla's.
It's funny. We're like I was already starting to go there. We're like,
yeah,
we're on the same page.
Just absolutely.
ARK hasn't even bounced above its 50-day. Look at this thing. It's just dreadful. It's just dreadful.
Well, Kathy keeps buying Coinbase. I think she's taking some kind
This
of.
This was $109 ETF last November 29th, exactly a year ago.
I think she's taking some stuff. I mean, why is she keeps buying coin every dip and it keeps going lower and lower and stuff. I just think she's either crazy or just wants to blow money and end up in prison. One of the two.
She got Zoom as her biggest holding. She's still living in 2000. She's living in 2020. Roku could be the worst concept of a company to own at this point. Like, who the F needs like a Roku remote? Every single thing every TV you buy post 2019 has like built in every stream.
Built in.
What's Roku going to do? How are they going to make money?
You know what stock though is actually one of my most bullish stocks, and it is everyone in the chat's going to be like, Lance, what are you, 85 years old, sitting on a rocking chair? Guess what stock it is? Someone in the chat can guess it. I can't give you anything, but I will blow you kisses forever. I don't know. If I ever see you out, I'll buy you a bottle of Louis. Guess what stock? Robert says 4. No, older. No. When? Come on now.
When's my stock of the month, bro? Look at that stock pre-market.
Yeah, I made a ton of money on when. SoCal Jeff got it right with T. Pull up T. You want to see the best chart in the world?
SoCal Jeff's always on the money.
SoCal Jeff up there in SoCal, living the life.
Yeah, until
probably drinking a Corona.
Until the COVIDians lock his ass back up for getting sunshine.
Yeah, he's probably donating to Gavin Newsom, so he's free. Look at that in T.
Oh, Kawhi, let's go. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
And you know how cheap these options are? And like T, Verizon, Warner Bros, all these boring stocks.
Yeah.
They're so cheap. Who needs a damn Roku?
My best money flow stock for November.
Call.
Look at this stock. My best stock for November.
I love double D's, don't you?
Look at you get me in
I've
trouble.
I've made a lot of money on double D's, and I'll pay more money to play it.
Don't get me in trouble. So do we have any earnings to pay attention to, or what? What are we looking at here?
We pretty much got all the earnings out the way last couple weeks. Let's see if there's anything. Maybe we'll get something boring, like well, not IBM, but I'm taking a look here. Salesforce, Intuit,
that's a mover.
Yeah, Workday. You still got Marvel for the chips.
Don't you love how they were trying to like sell that like it was such an amazing Black Friday experience because sales were up 2% even though inflation's up 8%. That's the same old like Biden White House trick.
Have you seen
sales were up 2%, but inflation's up, but the cost of everything's up 8%. So they're happy about it.
Have you ever seen Black Friday numbers be bad? Every year they say Black Friday sales, record sales, record sales. I'll be honest. I was sitting around with my aunt. She got the paper. You know, she still looks at the paper, the ads for Black Friday. There wasn't anything. Usually you get like Best Buy and all these stores and stuff. There was hardly nothing. There was like Home Depot. You could buy a screwdriver for $10 off. Well, I was like, there's no sales. Usually we go out, you know, Black Friday, we'll go out, see the junkies at Walmart, you know, look like wild gorillas.
You get shot at Walmart, bro. Stay out of Walmart.
Air fryers up. Oh, I saved $20. And, you know, I'll sit there and laugh and record them and stuff.
Walmart's a hunting ground. Don't go there.
There was nothing. There was nothing this year. There was no excitement. I went to
You
the
got
mall at night.
CrowdStrike is after the market tomorrow.
CrowdStrike, yeah. CrowdStrike, Workday.
Yeah, the mall was dead, dude. There's a lot of people like window shopping, but nobody's buying stuff. You know?
No. I went because I went to the cigar bar next door to the mall. So I walked in Nordstrom and I was like, hey, you have any sales? Like, some stuff's like 20, 30% off. But I was like, that's it. There's no line at all.
Share the
There was
screen. Let's
no
look
like
at some of those
excitement.
stocks. Let's look at some of these stocks. Let's look at CrowdStrike and Salesforce and these things and see what they look like for the week. What do
I
you
will
think?
say, I kind of actually like Salesforce. I mean, the stock's been crushed. I'll pull
Get
it
the
up here.
options up. Let's go. Let's look at some of this stuff.
What do you think the implied move in Salesforce is? Because it's very liquid.
I mean, it's not going to be like 12%. It's probably more like 6%, 6 or 7. I don't know.
So 165, some resistance, and then let's go to about what's the prior swing low? 142.5.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say the implied move is about $8. Let's see if I'm right. Wow, 10.5.
Yeah. I mean, 10.5 bucks on a 150 stock. It's what, 7%? It's not
165
crazy.
calls are about $1.80, and the
I don't like, yeah. That's the range.
143
That's
puts
the range.
are $2.
That's the range, bro.
210. I mean, I'll be honest. I think they're a little pricey.
Well,
Uh,
that's why it's such a pain in the ass, right?
Trade.
That's what makes it such a pain in the butt. Um, but they're pricing
Oof.
us out. And when you have choppy markets, you can't get like these shock moves. You're going to stay within the range, right? For the most part.
Yeah, it's just not attractive to trade. I mean, what are you going to do, Jeff? Sell an iron condor and be a donkey and get damn, these aren't even dollar wide strikes up here. You know, what are you going to do? Be an iron condor and collect a buck and risk your shirt to make $1?
No,
I
thank
mean,
you.
hell no, I ain't doing
Hard
that crap.
pass.
Look at it. You're risking a buck. You're risking about $1.49 to make $100. No,
Hmm.
no, thank you. What else do we have this week? You said Intuit.
No, we had HPE, Hewlett Packard. That's a stock that doesn't have probably a high implied, so that might be
Oh
it might,
wow.
but it's moved.
You know what shocked the world last week? Dell and
Mm.
Best Buy.
Best Buy. Best Buy was
Best Buy
shocking.
had a
Yeah,
huge move to the upside, a huge
surprising.
squeeze, huge move.
Yeah, but I mean, how much more
Because
upside
everyone
is that?
thought no one's buying computers, so you know, stock went up,
True.
obviously.
It has, yeah, but now it's priced in again.
Right.
Now it's priced in again.
What are some names out there? Someone mentioned Walmart, Target. What are some names out there? God, look at Walmart and Target's so bad. What are some names out there that can shock the world where we could find some underpriced options on? That's what I want to look for. Where can
We're
we get
kind of
some
at the end. We're
deals?
kind of at the end though, right? Like of the big ones.
We are,
What do you
but
got?
where can we get some Cyber Monday option deals? And my computer just froze, I think. Oh, great. All right, let's try that again. What do you think, Jeff? Where can we get some? It doesn't have to be earnings specifically, but
You mean
what
like
are
a
you looking
retail
at for this
surprise,
week?
like upside surprise? I think the gaming companies maybe like an Activision or Electronic Arts. I think my kids are still bombarding me with freaking games where you shoot people in the head all day.
What
For me,
about
it's
what about you? Unity Software. That's a video game stock.
mm-hmm.
Not
That's
looking
got a
bad.
nope.
What's the other one? Roblox.
Roblox
All the
could be
kids
one
still
too.
play this. Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
my son loves that thing. It's gotten smashed. I like that thing for
I do
sure.
too. What about you said EA?
EA.
God, the options are cheap. I know the stock
Yep.
doesn't move much, but
Yeah.
God, I mean, it hasn't. I know Microsoft had some news with Activision, the block of the deal.
Right.
What about our good old friend DraftKings, the junkie stock? I
It's
will say,
okay.
stock had a
Stock
huge
looks firm.
reversal.
The chart
Yeah.
looks firm. It looks solid after going down at like what, $11 on post earnings. They
Well,
were good
that and then they
earnings
got
too. They were good earnings and they smashed them.
yeah, and they got caught. They got hacked the other day, um, getting
Did
the
you see
people's monies.
Carl Icahn's going after GameStop? What's that stock doing?
Wait, what?
Carl Icahn said he's going after, he's shorting GameStop.
He's shorting it down here.
Yeah. Big
Wow.
news last
Carl
week.
has Carl lost it? I mean, why is he shorting it down here? The stock's been a pig for
I think he could make another pop in it by shorting it. I think we get another squeeze, is what
right.
I'm saying. I think you might be able to fade old man Carl. He might be getting a little bit too cocky here.
So do you think all the shit stocks are gonna squeeze then, like AMC?
Oh, Marco's saying he shorted in July. Is he still short though? Is the question. What really matters is if he's still short.
Oh,
If he's still short, then you can get a squeeze, especially if the float's consolidated in his portfolio.
well, if he
But
shorted in July, then he got squeezed $10. I
I'm
don't.
saying I'm saying the opportunity to get squeezed is high if he's still short. I don't
Yeah,
know though.
if the market finds out he's still short, they'll squeeze him. They'll squeeze his butt out.
You know
So
what's amazing though? I don't know if people know this or not. You have to report all your longs in 13D filings, but not your shorts. Not your shorts. Weird, right?
I know. Even but if you have puts though, you have to disclose and stuff.
Yeah, but puts can always just be hedges, right?
Yeah,
I
they can
mean,
be. They
people
can
who
be.
have big short positions in stocks, that's the directional bet they have on. Options can be just hedges. You can be just
Yeah, exactly. And two, usually you'll get someone buying put options against a long stock portfolio as like an insurance policy, a hedge, stuff like
I
that.
got a guy asking me about Win. So Win is my stock, my money flow stock this month. And people are,
Ooh, stock's
yeah,
up about $4 pre-market.
yeah, yeah. So people are like, should we
Right
take the
here,
money?
flirting with about flirting with the prior high up here around $78 or so.
I said
We
we're gonna
love
let
the
it.
casinos, huh?
They love the casinos, man.
Despite all the China news, look at Win. I had Win the other week. It made about 175%. So
Yeah,
I had a real good week on Win, but people love gambling. And what are they going to do during Christmas time, Jeff?
they're gonna sit and listen to their father-in-law's opinion and put bets on the sports or go to the casino to
Or
get
what
out of
they're
the
going to do
house.
is say, "Hey, family, it was nice spending the holiday with you for 3 hours. I got to run off to the casino and gamble some money away, get my
I feel
real
like you're
entertainment."
attacked. I feel attacked by that comment. Are you like? Do you have like cameras in my house?
No, I had a
I'm
good friend
kidding.
of ours during
Yeah,
Thanksgiving. Him
it's
and his
normal life.
mom. Guess where they went? The casino.
Everybody does. Not everybody, but this is we have like a full casino. You have one in Tampa too, but we have a full casino down the street in Miami.
You have a
And
nice casino
we have a
down there.
nice casino. Scotty saying his DD is up 300%. Let's
D,
effing
how do you
go.
hold on to double D's that long?
Because that stock is breaking out, bro, and the market's bearish. What do you think it's going to do if the market gets a little bullish?
I want to be a man like Scotty where I could hold on to double D's for 300%.
Because
You
they're learning from me. You got listen. We have some other positions you got to hold it against, but that's how you make money. It's
you got to
actually
hold through the
harder to
pain.
sit in a winner than it is to
Oh
than it
yeah.
is. They say cutting losers is the hardest thing. I disagree. I think the hardest thing is sitting in a winner and letting it actually make you a lot of money. That's the hardest.
Always.
That is the hardest. But
Someone in the chat mentioned Ponudo Dudodo, PDD. It's up $10 pre-market. I will say this. I don't trade the China anymore. Hopefully they're not listening or spying on us, but I
no,
have banned China from me. I'm a non ADR man anymore. So I can't give opinions or
they just
advice
meddle
on
too
PDD.
much. They meddle too much. It's like, have you ever been a high lie? Do you know what high lie is?
Yeah, yeah.
When they fix it, where you see like Pedro drops the ball and you're like, why'd you drop that? Then it's like, because it's fixed. That's how the Chinese stock market is. It's
It
just
really
fixed.
is.
It's just totally fixed. So if you like playing a game that somebody has massive edge over you, then you're going to get broke. I just don't play it because you can only invest in it for long term. And I wouldn't invest in it long term either. But to trade it on a short term is like suicidal at this point.
Yeah,
People,
Warren Buffett had when I remember when they bought Baba, who was it, Charlie or something? They bought Baba at like 200, then they bought more at like 140, and then it popped to 180. I mean, now they're down more than 50%. I mean, even if Buffett's buying Baba in China, I can't. I have no desire for any of the China stuff out there.
Dude, this guy, they're
So,
rioting in the streets right now, man. You see what's happening there? It's not just like,
yes.
oh, like people are like, F you, we're not staying home anymore. That's gonna get worse. It's not gonna
And
get
that's
better.
communist China saying this. This is not like, Germany or Brazil saying, fuck the government. This is China. We're like,
But I'm
you stay in
saying,
your
like,
house till you get married.
but I'm saying this is the beginning stages of a potential like massive social upheaval, which I don't want to be anything, have anything to do with, like from a financial standpoint of view. I'll root them on, but it's going to be nasty for the country. And it's going to be nasty for the economy of the world too, because what do you think he's going to do? You think he's going to like? You think the strong man, like people like Xi, they, this might not sound sane, but it's kind of like those guys don't go quietly into the night. It's like Saddam Hussein. Like the guy has to be like hung up in the middle of the street by his feet. Like that's how those guys go out. They don't go out nicely and quietly and like concede. There are no concessions coming from Xi Jinping. None. If anything, he's
Did
just
you
going to ratchet it up the other way. He's going to go hardcore commie. Watch. Or
did you see
Putin.
what he did with uh Justin Trudeau, where he was like, "Hey, why are you talking shit to the public when I talk to
Right.
you personal?"
Yeah. I
It was
mean,
like, wow.
to be fair, that guy is an asshat too. That's just a different.
Nancy
That's
said, like,
neither
quit
here nor
buying
there. That's
Smithfield.
neither here nor there. You know.
Nancy, I'm with you. You don't want to buy those hogs from China. You never know what they put in them anyways.
So
Um,
so I'm looking at a week where volume's going to come back this week. We've got on the 30th, we've got PMI. Everyone got super excited that there's no inflation. They're like, let's see.
who
Even if
who
there's no
told you there's
inflation,
no
I think
inflation?
no, we
Katrina,
went from eight.
the little
that's what
puffy
they're
girl,
saying at
told
the
you.
White House. I read it in the New York Times.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, there's no inflation anymore. Uh, the
Mm,
economy's in full swing.
yeah.
Thanksgiving prices were cheaper than last year. They barely went
Yeah,
up.
they're up. Record sales. Record sales. Even though inflation's up 8%, they had 2% higher than last year. Record sales.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Maths
Everyone.
is hard. Maths is very hard.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. God, look at Mark. What an animal. I'm still up. I'm still in DD. I'm up 425%.
I
Mark,
have
you're a better
DD and
man
Money
than I
Flow
am.
Elite. Did you trade that too?
Yeah, I had double D. I bought some December calls. I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't hold them through earnings. If I did, I'd be up probably right around where Mark is. I made good
Yeah.
money on them, but I didn't
Yeah.
hold them that long. I didn't buy them in size either. I should have. Um, they do have a divvy upcoming, actually tomorrow. So, I mean, technically, we can't tell you what to do. We can only tell you what we did or we are in. And I closed my double D already, sadly. But I mean, it's only a 33-cent dividend. But if the market rallies, it's probably going to rally at a greater rate. If the market sells off, well, it's been holding up still. So, um, Jeff, anything on double D's?
You got to see the open today, but I like that stock into Wednesday. I mean, yeah, I mean they have. We'll see.
Yeah, I was actually Mark mentioned super microcomputer. I was actually just looking at this one this morning. SMCI. I think the option liquidity still isn't great. Yeah, it's still pretty wide, but it's probably going to flirt with 100 here. Super microcomputer.
Yeah.
I actually like some of the metals too down here, like gold and silver.
Yeah.
Silver was pretty strong last couple weeks. I kind of
Oil's
like
gotten
it.
smashed too. Oil's gotten a bit overcooked, especially on the open here.
Yeah. Oil's been well, they want to the gas station owners are lowering the price of oil since Biden told them so. Um, they
Let's
listened.
go.
They listened. But I do like the metals here a little bit. Names like Pan American Silver, PAAS, Wheaton Precious Metals, the old Silver
Yeah.
Wheaton, WPM, First Majestic Silver, AG, and then Helka, HL. If you like the cheap names, HL, AG, very cheap metal plays. If you want to go with gold, obviously Barrick Gold is usually a top dog. They do have a dividend approach, and beware. Newmont needs some volume. Newmont used to be a great gold stock. Just it hasn't done crap, but sell off lately. Or obviously you could trade the ETFs if you're that kind of guy, but I'm not.
If you're that kind of guy. Well, I think we got to the end of the show, but I have a little presentation talking about a class I'm doing today because I think there's going to be heavy volume. I like to trade the close, and I like to trade that heavy volume on the close. So I think there's going to be some sick opportunities. You've seen this strategy. I know there's people here that haven't.
Give me some dice.
Notice. Huh?
Give me some dice. Let's hear it.
It's going to be some burn notice. I'm gonna run through what the system does, but at 3 o'clock today, I'm going to live trade the burn notice. So for people who sign up, you're going to get to see it in real time on what I believe to be like a really important trading day after all the BS holiday turkey trading. So let me share my screen so I can go through this.
Win's up 6%, by the way. So if you're giving out trades like Win, count me in.
I am, bro. Come on.
And double D's. I want more. I want more double D's in my life.
Ball don't lie. I mean, they
thank God
they show you in the tea leaves. So this is like the opposite of the money flow elite, this burn notice. And so this is a short-term trade. This is a trade that I do that we're going to get out the next morning. We get in at night. We get out the last morning. So today I want to invite you to a live trading session, 3:30. You see, if you're trading any time besides right before the markets close, you're taking an automatic kill shot to the head. Take a look at this report from Bespoke Premium, right? So you buy the SPY after hours versus regular trading hours since inception, buy the close, sell the open, and this is back since 93. You've made 812%. You already know this, Lance, and like most people know this. All the money is made overnight. Like in the middle of the day, if you just buy the open and sell the close, you've lost 10% since 93, right? Fool's game. Buy the close, sell the next open. Just the S&P, not even individual stocks, was 812%. So there's no money to be made during the day. Actually trading during the day would have, in fact, lost money, minus 10% in almost a 30-year period. But just before the market closes, we've been able to exploit some of the most profitable overnight trades I've seen. So you're always saying, and I agree with you, that just like the index is a boring way to trade. But if you think about what you could do at individual stocks compared to what the market done, you could do, in my opinion, multiples over that 800%, right? So let's look at like a fun juiced up stock, NXP Semis, 19% overnight in one day, in one night. Morgan Stanley, 20% overnight. Just quick in and out. American Express, 60% overnight. So I called, and these setups that I'm talking about, I'm not trading like, I'm not trading weeklies. I'm not trading like super far out of the money options. I'm trading very plain vanilla, very boring options where you're not going to lose 100% overnight in the option, most likely, unless like a meteor hits the company or whatever. I call these setups a burn notice, right? No strategy is going to win all the time. There's big returns, small returns, losers, yada, yada, yada. But these burn notice are special because they attack Wall Street. We've got the high ground. We hit them in the Achilles heel. In the last hour trading, there's a little known market anomaly that forces Wall Street to surrender. Wall Street's like a bank. If someone deposits the money in the bank, they want to get that money right away, right? If someone withdraws money, the bank has to free up cash. When they do that, they got to just sell the stock. They're price agnostic. They don't care at what price they sell at that day. They just got to be out by the close, artificially pushing certain stocks lower. This is actually a big weak point for Wall Street. Itay Goldstein at Wharton, much more educated than I am in like conventional wisdom anyways. When skittish stakeholders cash out, fund managers may have to conduct costly and unprofitable trades. Could you imagine having to transact in unprofitable trades, Lance?
Hell no.
But they have to, right? To raise redemption capital. So they don't care about the price. When a stock falls out of the sky, that's when I call the burn window. These cash bleeds from unprofitable trading, they form the window at the end of the day. Look at Broadcom on April 28th. Right at 3, there was a burn notice. Stock fell into the burn window. And then boom.
You talk about Broadcom? I was just about to buy some weeklies in it. God damn,
this was a mind reader. You trade this. We trade that. We swim in the same pools. Let's put it that
way.
Literally,
I just pulled it up. The the weekly calls on it, literally right now.
Hell
Too
yeah.
funny.
That's stock moves. It's a fun one. Here's what's
Yeah.
really important though. If you're trading anytime right before the market close, you're taking an automatic kill shot to the head. So let's take a look at what would have happened. 10 o'clock in the morning, if you wanted to start buying that thing, boom, it's just getting burned all day long, right? 12 o'clock, now you're breaking even. 2 p.m., same situation. It's clear trading outside the burn window does not give you great results, plain and simple. When you trade in the burn window, like very close to the end, 56% overnight. So let them do the work for you. Every day, Wall Street firms are getting buy and sell orders from clients, billions of dollars moving back and forth, about 1.8 billion on average. Big funds, they wait until the end of the day to see how much cash they need to give clients, and they pull it all out. End of day trading tends to be dominated by institutional investors, mutual funds. Kathy, our favorite, people like that. They execute trades so they know how much cash they need to cover the day's redemptions. Charles Schwab said that. I've been doing this for decades. It hasn't changed since the beginning of my trenches with these investment firms. Now take a look at PayPal. Look at this PayPal burn notice. There was a burn at 3 p.m. You like this stock. You trade PayPal.
I love
right?
it. I got 40 G's in it. Better go up.
Let's go. Some bigwig probably called up the floor trader, so we need a ton of cash. When the PM decides to trade the position, that large position in that short period of time, the heavy volume drives down the price. And a portion of the shares are sold at the lower price. That was U.S. news. It happened again in BioMarin Pharma. Have you ever traded that one? BMRN?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's a junkie
it's a junkie stock.
That's a junkie stock. This is not your grandma and grandpa's slow-moving ETFs that I'm talking about here, right? So remember.
It ain't $10 in the money call spreads.
When these guys puke these stocks, they have to, right? Heavy volume drives down the price artificially for a short period of time. You see these big volume bars at the end of the day, drives down all the way down below its fair value. The next day, when the market opens again and that pressure was off the stock, BioMarin shot back up to normal, 23% move overnight, real quick. Makes a lot of sense, right? If you can spot this heavy volume going and crashing stock near the market close, you can spot these burn notices nearly every single day. There's no better example of this concept than what happened in August on 24th. This is one of my best weeks. Look at what would have happened if you would have started with $2,500 at the beginning of the week and you put it in each trade. Day one, you would have made $276 overnight in NVIDIA. Day two, you would have made $560 again in NVIDIA. Day three, $140 overnight in Albemarle. Day four, you would have made $300 overnight in Under Armour. And day five, you would have made $546 in Apple. Day six, I was streaking, Lance. I'm still going. How
many days you got in a week? Keep going.
$649 in Walgreens. Day seven, $181 in JD. So while not one, like those are not massive numbers, right? That wouldn't be life-changing on its own. If you add it all up without any compounding, so if you didn't increase your position with the increase of your portfolio, you would have made $2,656 by the end of the week. That ain't bad. Taking like very measured risks, in my opinion. So I got to remind you, there's always risk of loss. You should never risk more than you can afford to lose.
Yeah, we all know that. We all know that.
I don't want you to be like, body slamming people at Walmart to save $50 on a video game. If you're that desperate, you should not be in the market. By sticking to the system, the results are outstanding. 56 win percent on 364 trades. We trade a lot, right? That's not a great number, like on the surface at 56%, but I have a tiered system in my 2%, my 2-star system, which are the higher bet, the bigger bet size.
Put more money.
It's in the mid 60. It's got a higher win rate with a higher money. Okay. My average winner is 1.68%, and that's just overnight. And then 15% overnight return winner per winner, 15% per winner. That's 336% annualized, which ain't bad, dude. It's not bad at all, right? And I'm just doing my recommendations in very liquid. And this is something that Lance and I have in common. We do
very liquid options. We don't do these options where you could drive a truck through the bid ask and hope and pray you get filled. We do usually,
a lot of people in our business, like to, they like to make it look really nice and recommend things that you can't get any size on because there's more movement in them. I don't think that's genuine. Lance doesn't think so. So we're 330% with very liquid options. I'm proud of that. Some of my best students have been able to see real transformation. Here's some of the top stories. James, $1,200 from 5Gs. Easy to trade. Let's go, James.
Greg.
Already 500 so far for Greg B. Mike, 160% overall gain in Etsy. Let's go, Mike. Those are some amazing stories. They keep going on. We get a lot of these. I love those messages when we get them. Today, I'm going to invite everybody here. Lance, you could be there too if you want. You could be on there doing trades with me if you want to. 3:30.
I'll get my fix in.
Burn notice, 3:30 Eastern. Of course, it's Eastern. We're in the United States, and New York rules the United States and probably the world. So when I say 3:30, I'm not talking about Hawaii for SoCal Jeff. I'm talking about Eastern Standard Time. Inside my premium trading circle, burn notice alerts. Nothing's going to make me happier than seeing you gain confidence in trading starting today, which is why I'm doing something super special. Let me show you all the perks of being a member of Burn Notice. You get the alerts. That's 200 trades at a minimum. That's a lot of trades, even for a junkie like you, Lance. Like you would be satisfied with 200 trades at a minimum, right? We send emails. We send cell phone alerts. I'll give you the field manual. I'm going to show you how to play two-way burn notices, how to execute precision exits, how you can put out algo trades where you can trade out TWAP, VWAP with set times. I'm going to show you the $1 million formula, what my scanners and analysts are looking for every single day to find the real burn notices and not the false positives. I'm going to show you how you could burn notices 101, how to start in any account. I'm going to do a coaching call every month. We get together live like we're doing now, but this is specifically for the members where we talk hardcore, what the system's doing, what I'm seeing. And I know a lot of pros in the stock market would charge about 2 G's per session for that coaching. Like,
oh yeah.
Remember when we came into this, we were like, how much are we charging for that? They were like, oh, it's free. I was like, wait, what? I almost passed out. I used to consult hedge funds and it was like 5 figures just to have like, some sessions. Burn notice alerts, you're going to get it for free. All this stuff comes packaged inside 24/7 online members portal. You're going to get a username. You're going to get a password as soon as you join today. That ain't it. You get an ultimate deal. I want to take all the pressure off of everybody. You get 30 days. 30 days. If it ain't for you, if it's too much action, this is a high action strategy. This is too much action for you. You get 30 days to try it out. If any reason you don't like it, call our team in Ponte Vedra. We give you every penny back if you don't have another system that you want. You'll want another system because you got everybody there. You got Lance, you got my other system. There will be something for you. But if you are just done with the markets, we'll give you your money back. I don't want unhappy people. So I'm taking all the risk, putting it on me. Every dollar that comes out of that you want back comes directly out of my pocket. So the onus is on me to perform, which I like. You joined today. I ain't asking for 10 G's. I talked to my team. We agreed to set the retail price at $3,000, almost $3,000 a year. Today, I'm going to let people.
I was about to say $3,000, Jeff. All right. Give me a deal though. It's Cyber Monday. I know you got a deal today. So let's hear it.
We're going to test drive this thing. Anybody's watching today. We don't do this normally. Okay. You come here at 3:30. We got a deal. You ready for this rare opportunity? Join at 3:30. It's going to be much cheaper. Join today. You can use any brokerage account, all of these. It's very plain vanilla, nothing wild, no vanilla. Selling options, just buying call or buying a put every night. I don't care about decay. Doesn't matter. We're holding it for just a few periods of time. We're not playing the Greeks. Doesn't matter. We're directionally betting stocks via options. I like that. At the end of the day. And
how much would you say the average option is?
A couple of $100. I try to keep it under $3 options.
That's what I love. I'm
looking at $3 and less for the options. I don't like it if it's over that. So you could put on 2, you could put on 1, you could put on 20. I don't really care. And it's got to be liquid. There's got to be at least a few hundred trading. Yeah. Typically, and over a few thousand total. So
NOI.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to look at a chart until 3. Just place a trade before closing bell. Close it out the next morning. You don't have to stare at charts all day. You can enjoy life like Lance and I do. You don't have to worry about what markets do next. The best part about this strategy is you get out in the morning and then you can go enjoy your day and then come back at the close. How cool is that?
I love it.
This was literally a strategy. A lot of people don't know the background of this. There's a big ass hedge fund prop firm that started this very similar system. And I knew guys that were making 7 figures a year, doing very well with this particular strategy.
Ooh.
I don't know if I could say this on this thing, but I'm going to say it anyways as a background. They would go
we'll
play
get
golf
canceled.
and they would go play golf in Boca or like gin rummy at the beach with each other and just come back and put the tournament.
Rummy.
Have a big ass, these old guys have a big ass lunch, but you don't have to sit there all day. You can do all this stuff you enjoy. So it can start today with a brand new trade, and there's going to be heavy volume today. I can already sniff it. And we're going to have a live trading room today. We don't always have that. So
Really?
here's some of
What time's that?
3:30, 20% for Robert A. Mike learned a lot, but he loved that he made money. His win rate was over 80%. Let's go, Mike.
Damn,
Mustafa started with
Better than
1,300, made 53%. Michael S. made 9,370 in a week. But usually at least a couple of thousand a week. That sounds like an extra gig. That sounds like a side hustle. I can't say that either, but I just did.
No, you
Are
can't.
You gonna jump in
on my Cancel Jeff.
Are you gonna jump into my most elite trading group? Join at 3:30. What's the first trade going to look like? I can't promise future results. There's going to be winners, going to be losers. Burn notice is the only trade I know to tap into these overnight setups. Take a look at some of my best burns. Albemarle 54. Chevron made 61%. This is a one night. St. Joe's. You ever trade that one? The Florida.
Oh, no, not
company?
in a while. Wow. 113%. That's a banger.
Look at these.
Jeff, keep talking because the more you talk, the more the market catches a bid. So keep going.
Let's go. So get your first overnight trade starting today. 3:30, we're going to have a live trading room. Question is, what are you going to do with the opportunity? You're going to have your first burn notice today. These spots are going to fill up quick because we have an awesome deal. You can go about your life as if you've never seen this broadcast. You can ignore evidence that trading at the end of the day into the morning is pretty much the only way to do short-term trading. You can deny the research done by market pros showing that almost all the stock market gains happen overnight. And you can go back to trading during the day on your own, hoping things change. You can do that. Just remember, if 1 year from now you're in the same spot as today, it was your choice. Or take the first step with me today. Take action. Get your first trade before it's too late. Let's go. We've got an awesome community. We've got a lot of these guys are probably watching these. They watch all our stuff. We had 300 people the Monday morning after Thanksgiving weekend. Think about that. Well, everybody's still hungover. Tryptophan,
Jeff,
whatever else.
I might even join you today at 3:30 because guess what?
What's up?
There ain't nothing moving right now in the market. So I'm thinking to myself, why am I trying to trade right now? Why don't I just trade the close? I mean,
trade the close.
I'll just trade the close today. So maybe sell some premium, but that's about it.
And remember, there's a 30-day burn proof
money back.
Deal.
You get
money back.
You get chicken wings from Hooters if you don't like
Super
it.
Chill.
No, he doesn't do that, but he does give you a money back guarantee. You know, we have a good team who does all that. You know, we don't handle the money. We just give you all deals if we can, if they tell us to.
I think the link is in the chat. Yeah.
I just clicked on the link. Let me look. Oh, dude.
That's right there.
It's this cheap? Did they tell you how cheap it was?
I know how cheap it is, but we have reasons we can't say it on this thing because they're going to be watching it on YouTube and this and that.
Oh, yeah. Wow, what a deal. Look, they're probably going to message me.
Look at Jeff. This is one of the coolest comments I've ever heard. Thank you, SoCal Jeff. I love burn notice. Sad when they don't come out. That's how you know you're that's how you know you're doing something right. That's how you know
you're a good junkie too. Dude,
let's go.
Have you realized how cheap this is? I just clicked on the link. I don't know if I can say because
we want to get people. Either. No, don't say it because they're going to be video recordings and there's all kind of legal stuff around.
Wow, what a deal!
This is the time. Yeah, get in there today. If y'all don't have it, try it out. This is the day to get in, and you get the free class later. So,
dude, I just spent this much on one drink for me and 2 drinks for one of my lady friends last night. And it was okay, but I mean, this is super cheap. Wow.
I'm telling you.
I can't believe it. Why do you think we'll talk off, but man, you know,
I know what you're going to say. How are you going to make any money? How are we going to make any money selling trades like this? I don't know.
I'll do this. I'll keep my finger over my mouth, but it is a great deal. If you can sign up, Jeff, send me a link for 3:30. Maybe I'll come on and be in the chat. You know, how many trades are we getting today at 3:30?
Just one every day. There can only be one. That's why it doesn't tie up a lot of your capital either.
I didn't know the price, Sandy. I really didn't. I mean, to be honest with you, I didn't even know Jeff had a thing today. If you really want to know.
Dude, it's usually way more money, and we don't usually offer it on limited time basis like that, like this. It's usually way. I mean,
No.
that I know.
So
That I know.
how often? So I'm gonna
When
get
we
a
first
trade
introduced
today.
it, it was over $2,000 a year. When we first introduced it, or right around that.
When do you do your monthly coaching calls? First of the month?
I do it at the end of the month.
Oh, so you're gonna be doing it what, next couple days?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Actually, I think at
wow.
the end of the week might be the beginning of December, but end of the
Oh, look
month,
at
beginning
that.
of the new month, I do it.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, let's go, dude.
Very, very
We got
good.
some trades to do, but I know I went on for a little bit too long today. If y'all like these sessions, please like us, subscribe. You guys are really committed to watching to being a part of this
You're our
tribe.
drivers.
Yeah. You egg us on, even with this boring ass market sometimes, or the stupid news stories or the BS stuff coming out of the government. It makes it enjoyable to interact with everybody to start the week. So
Yeah,
let us know if you enjoy Crush the Open, because I think we're
don't
doing something a little bit different than the normal stuff we've been doing, and something we enjoy doing anyway. So
Jeff, can you give me a teaser what the stock's gonna be?
I don't know, man. The list doesn't come out. I got to start seeing the volume and how much movement's happened.
Oh,
It
so
by
you literally wait to the end of the day, because when you were talking earlier, the market caught a bid. Now it's selling off. So I'm actually glad I listened to you this
I'll give you
morning.
some bottom line. It's a fade strategy. It's a contra market strategy, and I need the whole day worth of selling or buying to know which way it's going to be.
You
So the
better
more
not short.
we
It better
buy,
not be Amazon on Cyber Monday.
we buy oversold stuff and we short overbought stuff at the end of the day. To be very clear, to be concise.
I'm gonna start doing some research and find out what it is then.
Hell yeah. Oh, we're getting called Pirate and the Sheik. I love that. Oh, Bibby saying great session. All right. Thank you all.
Thank
Join
you, thank
now.
you.
Today, if you don't have burn notice and you're in all of our other systems, get the damn burn notice. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, do all that, order us a drink or two. And then we will be back next Monday. And I will say this to end
It's
on a
good to be
positive.
back too. I'm
Yeah.
having fun today being back.
To end
I
on a
missed this.
positive note, I do think, and like you said earlier, I do think, today you're still going to get a little bit of hangover and travel people. But I do think by mid or end of the week, especially as we approach December, you're going to see some volume coming back in the markets. And that's just, a broad overview. The past couple weeks, it's been very light. There's no denying that. Everything's been very light. But once everyone comes in today, travel plans, all that stuff, we start getting into December, wintertime, you'll start getting some moves in the market again. So don't worry if you're like, man, there's not a whole lot to do.
December's a mega month. December's a
Yeah.
mega trading month. January is the biggest trading month. So if you're not like getting ready for January and December, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, you're gonna have people to December fund managers who are like, oh man, I got to do something. They'll be desperate trying to make return for year end. You're gonna start getting a lot of volume, a lot of action in the markets again. So
there's tax loss harvesting. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. There's all kinds.
Yeah.
Of
so if you've been, I can only speak for myself. I've been very light the past probably 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It is going to start ramping up again here.
Agreed.
And
I'm ready, man.
Yeah.
I'm ready
so
for
get
it.
prepared.
I'm digging in.
It's like you got to treat this, even though, I'm no athlete at all, but mentally you got to treat this like, hey, you've had a little bit of a brain relaxation. Now start getting that momentum to work again and start getting that the blood flowing in that big head to start making some trades and getting prepared for year end. Now's the time. And Jeff, they get a good deal with you. 30 days.
I think it's a good deal. And it's a system that I love in this type of market with volatility and choppiness, because we don't have to get the direction right for days and days and days. We just have to be there for a hot few hours. And
I want a hot minute.
That's what I'm saying. So it's a real good strategy for that sort of action, for this sort of action. So LFG guys, have a great day. I'll see you all at 3:30.
All right. I'll see you at 3:30.
Thanks, Lance. Have a good day.
Thank you. Holla, holla. Thanks, everyone.